So welcome to JG's Fight Talk. And yes, I'm sorry, it's us again. It's Joel and Adam, and we're going for another prediction. This is a tough one. 19th of August. I'm buzzing for this, to be perfectly honest. Quebec City in Canada as well. Beautiful for the IBF, WBC, WBA light heavyweight titles. Yeah, Adam, who are we going with?
I think Beterbiev is the kind of the obvious pick. We were just chatting off camera about we both really rate Callum Smith. We were talking about how with Callum he's got all the tools, and at some point Beterbiev's nearly 40, so at some point someone's there to push him off the cliff. And every fight he has is getting a little bit harder. The Yard fight was not an easy fight. Smith just ran the other Smith ran straight at him, and he kind of just walked into it, but Callum is really, really good, but that Canelo fight still lingers for me. It's the one where he just didn't show up.
Adam. Let it go.
No, it's one. It was the same. I was talking to the boys, Luke and Enda, about this a while ago, and it was the same with Marshall and Shields. And it was like when it got really, really tough, they didn't turn up. She didn't turn up in the same way this, and I'm worried for Smith because Smith isn't one of those guys who's going to be able to get on his bike. If Smith decides he's not going to throw, Beterbiev will throw for him. And Smith could punch. He could quite comfortably punch, catch the right hand and come back with a hook. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Smith knocks out or knocks down or hurts Beterbiev because Callum Johnson can do it. Yeah. And Smith is one of the best light heavyweights in the world. But also, activity matters. Smith has had one fight since Canelo, a year. He had 2020, he fought Canelo. Then he came back in 2021 with a great knockout against Ndam. And then he was back last year, and we haven't seen him since. Like, again,
is that a psychological thing, though, do you think, Adam, as well? Do you think he had to take that step back after the Canelo fight and think, I've really got to reevaluate myself, I've got to look at what I'm doing? Or did he just not take the chance? As you say, he just froze on the night. Like we were saying about Marshall and Shields, same situation. All the tools there, just the occasion, wasn't it? It was just the occasion.
I think certainly the reason the gap after the Canelo one is he's had a kid, so he took a step back to reevaluate himself. But I think the inactivity after that is it's because Callum's on an awful lot of money. Like, I believe he's paid a lot for each fight, and they lose a lot of money on his fights until it's this. This is the one that you're in for. It's the Beterbiev. It's the title challenge. It's the go right. Say if he wins this, he's looking at Boatsy, and that's where you start to make your money on Callum. But it's his inactivity. He's not developed since the Canelo fight because he hasn't had a chance to in two fights that he's supposed to win. But then it was the French guy that he beat on the Joshua card. But he hasn't fought since that Joshua card. It was a great fight, 4 really good rounds, and what a knockout. But Callum's one of the best fighters in Britain. But if he doesn't fight, Beterbiev's going to knock him out. And Beterbiev is an absolutely brilliant boxer, and I think this is a fight where it could be, but just given the way that the Canelo fight was, given the intangibles of the fact that Beterbiev has been reasonably active in this day and age, I think Beterbiev will stop Smith around round 10.
Yeah. Chris has jumped in. He's put Callum Smith knows how to counterpunch and his levels above Yard. But he's just a monster, you know.
Yard
he's just tough, isn't he? He's another one of those guys that just, I don't know. Like you say, he's aging, but every time you start to doubt him, he seems to just turn it. He turns you again to go, wow, this guy really can't.
He's not just a brawler. This is the thing. Even though he is older, he's still an excellent boxer. So he's technically brilliant. Like, he can move, and his hands are reasonably quick. It's not like he loads up with one punch, like, say, a David Lemieux, where you know it's the left hook that's coming. The feet are good. The hands are good. They're getting slower, but they're still good enough. And then he's got 2 bricks for fists. So you can't just keep taking them. And it was what happened with Yard. Yard is so twitchy and so athletic, and he's good. He's legitimately good. But yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
10th round KO. That's what I would imagine is it's a good fight. And eventually it just starts to take its toll. And I expect that the better firepower and the more experience at that level, I think Beterbiev will get to Smith. I hope I'm wrong, because I really rate Smith.
Yeah, I think, as you say, it's kind of going to be the chess match, isn't it? and it's a case of who breaks who down. And as you say, power wise, Beterbiev's going to just do it, isn't he? The power is there, and I think although Callum is tough, he's a very resilient guy. I just think over time he'll break him down, and it will be a late stoppage if not points. I think it's going to be that. So, but yeah, let us know in the comments, because I don't want to upset all that. We're not turning around saying Callum Smith is just done for. There's no chance.
No,
he's great.
Yeah.
He could do it. He could do it. And do you know what? Me and Adam would love to see it. We'd love to see it. But
you've just got to go with what's there. And if the way you look at it is, one, Callum didn't show up against Canelo, and I think he lost to John Ryder, personally. I don't know what your opinion on that fight is.
Yeah.
But he gets touched quite a lot.
It was another one of those where you go, oh, no.
Yeah, I thought Ryder won that fight. But you then looked at the fact that, right, style-wise, he's the person that will beat Beterbiev is Bivol's the one with the best chance because of how technically good he is and how good his feet are. And Callum's touchable, and you just can't be touchable if you're fighting Beterbiev.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments who wins this one, Beterbiev or Smith. As I say, chuck it in the comments. What team are you sitting in? Me and Adam are going for, if there's going to be a stoppage, right in the later rounds. If not, it's going to points. But let us know.
I'll be rooting for Callum. 100% rooting for Callum.
Yeah. We've got to chuck that in at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content as well. And me and Adam will be back shortly. Thank you very much, Adam, and have some of this.
Pleasure.